Hi, Vijay Mistry here, CEO and founder of Rent Director, author of 7 world-class corporate training programs which have a green light status award from the UK Trade and Investment. Our purpose is to see leaders, entrepreneurs, directors, executives and managers achieve standards of excellence in everything they do and scale up their businesses with ease. Now, my dear friends, today I want to share something which is completely different but grounded to reality. And these are the three biggest fears family businesses have. Now, over the past 6 to 7 months, I have observed as a board member, as a coach, as a consultant, in many businesses, I've observed that there is this common pattern of fear that many family businesses have. And they might apply to you, they might not apply to you. It doesn't matter the size or the complexity of your particular business. This may reflect you, but I just wanted to share these insights of these three biggest fears family businesses have. So let's deep dive straight into these biggest fears. The first and foremost is missing opportunities. Now, there was one particular organization, there was service industry, but here's what he said is that, I missed this particular opportunity, or this is what happened. This particular CEO of this service industry, he was always, in hindsight, he was keeping on looking into all the missed opportunities, and he kept on having that fear of missing out on opportunities moving forward. And that dominated his particular mindset. This is such a common problem in many businesses because they say, I wish we had taken that opportunity, or I wish we had done this. So there's always that wishful thinking every now and again rather than having that proactive mindset altogether. That is the first one. The second is doubting their team. This is another key problem. And there was this one particular group of companies where I still am. I'm a board member, and I'm also a company coach. And here's the thing, is that when I was talking to the owner of this particular group, he said that my biggest fear is my team leaving me, and secondly, my team not performing to the level that he wants, and the thirdly, most important is that my team colluding as well, and gossips, and having that toxic culture at the end of the day, obviously hampering productivity. So this is a key concern and worry in this particular organization, but there are many others which I've come across where they doubt their team. They feel that the team is not performing to the expectations they want. So this is another biggest fear which many businesses have. And third, obviously, which is common, is always worried about the cash flows. They are always concerned about the cash flows. Very important. I fully get it that cash flows are important. But here's my point, is that there are mechanisms and there are systems in place where you can highly leverage yourselves so that you don't struggle with your cash flows. If you are struggling with your cash flow, that signals that you may need to change the strategy, or you may need to do something or the other, which I'll come to. I'll come into how you can overcome these fears. But if you are struggling with cash flows, then that turns out to be one of the biggest fears. And I want to share with you how you can overcome all these fears that I have mentioned. First and foremost, start by making sure you have a clear roadmap. Make sure that you have the end in mind. Just like what Stephen Covey says, begin with the end in mind. So make sure you have your vision in place, your purpose in place, your values in place, and your specific point of destination. Take 4 hours, my dear friends. Take 4 hours of your time. Go on a virtual retreat or whatever retreat you want with all your board members. Given the pandemic situation we are in, doesn't matter. But if you can brainstorm and make sure that you are all on the same page, that in itself is going to be the first key eliminator of the fears that you have, because it's going to build more confidence, you will have more clarity, you will be able to have better oversight as well. So you will know exactly what your navigation path is. Secondly, Strategy. Work on your strategy. I note in many organizations they don't have clear strategies. They don't have a one pager, a blueprint of a strategy where they can say that we are up here, we want to get to there, and this is how we are going to get. They don't have that linkage in place. So make sure you have a strategy which is very well articulated. And look, the world is moving so rapidly with the technological changes taking place that you need to revisit your strategy every now and again. It is no longer just having a strategy and then look at it after a year, because customers, client behaviors are changing, my dear friends. Trends are changing, everything is changing. Threat of new entrants coming in. There's so much happening and there's so much going on that you must make sure that you are relevant, you are current, you are having that competitive edge, and you are ahead of the curve. So make sure you keep on looking at your strategy every now and again and alter it if you need to. Third, I mentioned about oversight, but I want to add to this. Make sure you have clear cut, scheduled oversight in place. What do I mean by scheduled? Here's an example. So, in one particular organization where I'm a company coach and a board executive member, I instructed the head of HR that we want to make sure that we get the right policies in place. But here's the thing, when I instructed, what happened is that we had a particular timeline in place and we had the outcome in mind as well. So we knew exactly what it is that we want on that particular day. And unfortunately, this simple matrix is missing in organizations. Schedule it out so you have the right oversight in place. Make sure you have the right interpretation in place and make sure your expectations are met. So this is so important to make sure that you can overcome these big fears. Fourth is about your mindset. If you have systems in place and if you have other aspects working well for your organization, then you need to have a proactive mindset rather than doubting others. And if you have a doubt, it's better to open it out. There is a way of communicating, but it's very important to open it out. As a coach, what happens is, business coach, what happens is that CEOs sometimes or the board members approach me saying that we are having this little bit about doubt, or we are having this trapped energy. How can we really come out with this? So I am the bridge maker. So I try bridging the gap, and I talk to the other party and find out exactly how we can really have that collegiality in place, making sure that we have that fusion and the energy levels at the highest level. So this is very important. So make sure it's about the mindset. So if you have any doubts or if you have any trapped energy, you need to release. You need to make sure that you confront certain situation in a nice, appropriate manner. But it will really open up to authenticity, which is what you require at the end of the day. Trust and facts. Now, here's the thing. You need to make sure that whatever decisions you make, you have enough facts. Now, in one particular book by Dr. Ram Charan, he mentioned that you should have at least about 70 to 80% of facts, and 20% could be the risk that you are taking, that gut feel that you have for that particular milestone or for that particular project or whatever venture you want to go into. So here's the thing, you need to make sure you have enough facts, and then you can have some assumptions. So it's very important to make sure you have a clear distinction between the right facts and the assumptions. But at the same time, build trust. At the end of the day, it's about trust. And the only way you can build trust is making sure that you have the right robust systems in place. Systems, internal controls in place, and trust factor will improve definitely. So empower people, recognize them, engage in collaboration as well. Impact will come when you have that effectiveness in place and the efficiency levels. So work towards that particular building of trust within your organization. Have that mindset and the culture from the top down of having that trust. My dear friends, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. I look forward to sharing with you more growth driven insights in the next video. Thank you very much. Bye for now.